Welcome to our channel Minutes Audiobook. Today we gonna see The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***ck by Manson book. Please subscribe for daily videos. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***ck by Manson, chapter-wise summary. This book by Manson delivers a straightforward message. In life, we only have a limited number of things we can care about, and it is essential to choose wisely what to give our energy and focus. Here is a detailed chapter. Here is the full introduction to The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F*** by Manson. In the introduction, Manson begins by discussing how modern culture often promotes the idea that we should always be happy, successful, and positive, and that we should avoid problems at all costs. However, Manson argues that this mindset is both unrealistic and ultimately damaging. He suggests that life is inherently full of problems, and instead of trying to avoid them, we should choose the right problems to care about. Manson reveals his central message: we have a limited number of FCKs to give in our lifetime. Therefore, we must be selective about what we care about and stop wasting energy on things that don't truly matter. He points out that, in our quest to be happy, we often give too many FCKs about superficial things like material success, status, or approval from others, which don't lead to long-term fulfillment. Instead, Manson argues that we should focus on what truly aligns with our values and bring meaning to our lives, even if it means dealing with discomfort or negative experiences. Manson also emphasizes the importance of accepting that life is full of difficulties and challenges. We can't escape pain and failure, but we can choose how to respond to them. This means taking responsibility for our choices and actions, even when things go wrong, and realizing that our response to life's inevitable setbacks is what ultimately shapes our growth. He stresses that the goal of this book is not to teach readers how to live a life free from adversity, but how to embrace life's inherent struggles and focus on the ones that matter most. By doing so, we can lead more meaningful, fulfilled lives. The introduction sets the tone for the book's broader message. By focusing on what's truly important, accepting the limitations of life, and not trying to care about everything, we can achieve personal growth and satisfaction. Chapter 1: Don't Try. Manson opens by addressing the concept of not trying and rejecting the standard advice of constantly striving for success, happiness, and achievement. He presents the idea that the pursuit of always being positive or successful is not only exhausting but ultimately unfulfilling. Instead, the goal should be to focus on things that truly matter to you and let go of trying to live up to others' expectations. Manson uses the example of failure and how accepting it rather than fearing it can lead to more meaningful experiences. He presents the idea of choosing what to care about, only the things that align with your values. Key takeaway: instead of trying to be extraordinary or perfect, focus on the small, important things and embrace failure as part of growth. Chapter 2: Happiness is a Problem. In this chapter, Manson challenges the notion that happiness is a permanent state of being and something we should constantly chase. Instead, he argues that life is about solving problems, and happiness comes from solving meaningful problems rather than avoiding them. He illustrates this by discussing his personal experiences and using examples of people who have turned their struggles and pain into something positive. Problems are inevitable, but we can choose which problems are worth facing. Key takeaway: the pursuit of happiness is not about avoiding problems, but about choosing the right problems to focus on. Chapter 3: You Are Not Special. This chapter focuses on dismantling the myth of exceptionalism, which is a pervasive belief that everyone is unique and special. Manson argues that everyone has flaws and struggles, and it is these imperfections that make us human. The idea that you are special can lead to entitlement, creating an unrealistic expectation of life. Manson stresses that embracing the reality of being ordinary frees us from the pressures of trying to be extraordinary all the time. Key takeaway: accepting that you are not special leads to humility and allows you to focus on real problems and personal growth. Chapter 4: The Value of Suffering. Manson dives deep into the concept of suffering, asserting that we all have to suffer in life. It's inevitable. The key is not avoiding suffering but choosing what is worth suffering for. The idea is that we suffer because of our values, so if you care deeply about something, you're willing to suffer for it. He highlights the importance of selecting the right values, those that are constructive and lead to long-term fulfillment rather than shallow or superficial values that ultimately cause frustration. Key takeaway: our suffering is determined by what we value. Choose values that are worthy of your time and energy. Chapter 5, You Are Always Choosing. In this chapter, Manson discusses the concept of personal responsibility. He emphasizes that even if we are not responsible for all our circumstances, we are always responsible for how we respond to them. The idea is that life is a series of choices, and by taking responsibility for how we react to situations, we regain control of our lives. He encourages readers to take ownership of their decisions, whether they are positive or negative, and to acknowledge that the ability to choose gives us the power to shape our lives. Key takeaway: you always have a choice in how you react to life's challenges, and taking responsibility for your responses empowers you. Chapter 6, You're Wrong About Everything, But So Am I. This chapter focuses on the importance of acknowledging our own ignorance and being open to new perspectives. Manson explains that we all hold beliefs and assumptions that may not be accurate, and we need to embrace uncertainty and doubt to learn and grow. He uses personal anecdotes and philosophical discussions to show how being wrong is part of the human condition, and how our ability to change our minds is crucial to our development. Key takeaway: embrace being wrong as a chance to learn and grow. Uncertainty and mistakes are integral to personal development. Chapter 7, Failure is the Way Forward. In this chapter, Manson argues that failure is not the opposite of success but a part of it. He explains that growth comes from failing, learning, and improving. The fear of failure often prevents us from taking risks, but those risks are essential to finding meaning and success in life. Manson explores how high achievers often face the greatest failures before finding success, using real-life examples to illustrate how failure teaches resilience and adaptability. Key takeaway: failure is a necessary step in the pursuit of success. Learn from it, embrace it, and keep moving forward. Chapter 8, The Importance of Saying No. Manson discusses the value of boundaries and the power of saying no. He argues that we cannot say yes to everything without spreading ourselves too thin, and that saying no is essential for prioritizing what truly matters. By setting boundaries, we protect our time and energy and can focus on what aligns with our core values and goals. Manson provides strategies for saying no without guilt and emphasizes that it's okay to reject things that don't serve your growth. Key takeaway: saying no is necessary for maintaining focus and investing your energy in things that matter. Chapter 9, And Then You Die. In the final chapter, Manson reminds readers of the inevitability of death. By confronting our mortality, we can better understand what truly matters in life. This chapter offers a sobering reflection on how we often waste time and energy on trivial things, forgetting that time is limited. Manson encourages readers to make the most of their lives by focusing on what truly brings value and meaning, knowing that death will eventually make all of our struggles and achievements seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Key takeaway: acknowledging our mortality helps us focus on the present and live a life that aligns with our deepest values. Conclusion: The Subtle Art of Not Giving a**ck. In the conclusion, Manson sums up the book's main message: life is finite, and we should be selective about what we care about. Choosing the right things to focus on, those that align with our values and provide lasting fulfillment, is the key to living a meaningful life. He emphasizes that we are not in control of everything in life, but we can control how we respond, what we prioritize, and where we direct our energy. Key takeaway: to live a fulfilling life, focus on the few things that truly matter and let go of the unnecessary distractions. Thank you for watching. Keep support for daily videos. Make sure like, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Minutes Audiobook.